On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, the taxman is taking a bite out of the striped bass fishing. Fluking is still holding up on the South Shore, and the big game fishing continues to be the best in years. All here at thefisherman.com. The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners. The August issue of the Fisherman magazine is out now, and there is plenty of offshore info. And Our Story has an article on one of the toughest fish in the ocean to fight, and that is the swordfish. And a little bit on the inshore side, Nick Honachevsky has a great read on targeting mahi, and D.W. Anthony has all the info on targeting Western Sound fluke, all in the current issue of the Fisherman magazine. News 12 meteorologist Rich Von Olin is on vacation this week. The weekend is looking good for fishing the bays, with the biggest issue being thunderstorms. On the offshore scene, it's looking most likely like 3 to 4 foot seas with a chance of thunderstorms also. Be sure to check out the latest weather before heading out on the water. Now let's check in with Fisherman senior editor Fred Golofaro that has the latest tax affecting the striped bass fishery.
Hey Tim, yeah, it's coming up on Shark Week. It kicks off August 9th on the Discovery Channel, and there's been no shortage of shark talk here in our area. Between beaches being closed, shark warnings posted along the South Shore, and numerous reports of hooked fish, particularly stripers, being bitten half by sharks. Like this one here aboard the Montauk charter boat, November Rain. This happened on the weekend, and getting numerous reports similar to this. Not only from the boat guys, but also surf guys, particularly wetsuiters on the south side of Montauk. So there are plenty of sharks around. Sharks have been roaming our inshore waters since I was a kid, but not in the numbers we're seeing now, and also not this many species. Already this summer we've had reports of white tips, spinners, bull sharks, in addition to those that are more common to our waters, like browns, also called sandbars, sand tigers, duskies, thrushes, and great whites. Why this influx of sharks in our waters? Well, I'll leave that to the experts to figure out, but just a few points. Number one, many of these species are now completely protected. They cannot be harvested, and they can't even be targeted for that matter. Very warm ocean temperatures, especially like just the last couple of years. Our South Shore ocean waters have been exceptionally warm. The increase in the amount of bunker in our waters. There seems to be bunker everywhere you go, inshore and offshore. The seals, dramatic increase in the number of seals in our area, particularly out east, and everyone knows what's going on up on the Cape. They've basically taken over the Cape, and they've spread well south. We even have seals around here now in the summer, something we never used to see. So take your pick, and whatever you decide, enjoy Shark Week.
From Shinnecock, let's hear from Mike Dean.
Thanks, Tim. Hey, everyone. Long fun day of fishing out in Montauk today, and got in some fluke and sea bass, or a ton of porpoises, or a whale. A lot of tinker mackerel and bunker pods out there, so that was definitely fun. The fishing is a little bit slow, which is to be expected for the summer doldrums here around Shinnecock and Moriches. Still some fish to be had off the beach. Couple of out-of-town visitors, 30-pound cobia got caught off the beach on Clambelly last week, which is pretty cool. There's some sharks in the area. While you're not allowed to go and target sharks, obviously if you're fishing for other stuff and get a shark, be careful, take the picture, get it released right away. These warmer water temps are bringing in a lot of bait. It's just that the bass aren't really, as frisky as they usually are in the surf, but there are a few fish to be had. Fluke, sea bass, and porgies continue to be pretty strong off the reef. Even some catches back in the bay in skinny water. Also some schoolie stripers that are probably worth chasing after. Kind of any of the marshy areas, near like a Ponquag Bridge. On outgoing tide with bucktails, if you can get a cast near the any of the pylons, it's good. So just kind of waiting on those albies, waiting on the full run. But let's enjoy the rest of the summer. Thanks a lot, Tim. Take care, everyone.
Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters has the freshwater and fly report.
Hello, Tim. Well, we're in the middle of the summer. These are the doldrums. You have to change up your fishing if you want to fish, and there is still a lot of fishing to be had. Still get on saltwater. It's basically a night game if you want stripers, but I did hear of a few reports of people did catch stripers during the day, but I'm afraid that's going to end with this heat spell that we're having. There are albacore being reported being caught out east. That's pretty exciting considering it's a little bit earlier. As far as the snappers, they're getting bigger every day. I can't wait to go after them with a 5-weight fly rod. And as far as the freshwater goes, if it's trout you're after, fish the spring creeks on Long Island or go to the tailwaters upstate. Do not fish the freestones. They're way too low, way too warm. But the smallmouth bass fishing is phenomenal, especially on the Housatonic. That Kenny, left foot Kenny, is still getting out there and catching carp. He posted photographs today of some really nice carp. Now, if you want to learn how to wade safety, I'm doing a Zoom class on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Go to my website. The ID number is going to be right on the front page. Check it out. It's about wader safety, getting back alive. Everything you need to know. So hopefully I'll see you then. Until next week, tight lines, everybody.
Let's now go to the North Shore and check in with Hawaiian Dan.
Thanks, Tim. Aloha! I'm Hawaiian Dan of the YouTube channel TalkFishTV.com, reporting for the Fisherman magazine here off the central North Shore of Long Island, the inshore, nearshore region, where I gotta say the bite's not bad. It just depends on what you're gonna be targeting. For me personally, those big cows have pretty much moved on the migration path towards the north, cooler, fresher water that's more abundant with better water temperatures, better water quality, and lots more baits. So we can only catch what we can catch. I'm going to target these schoolie stripers. We're going to switch gears, downsize on our bait, let those cows come back on their return migration back in September and target them again. But for now, we're going to go ahead after these little schoolie stripers and have tons of fun. So thanks for tuning in. Until next week, this is your favorite man, Hawaiian Dan, signing out. Now back to you, Tim. Aloha.
Boating has become more popular during these trying times, and Kale's Family Boating Center is ready to get you out on the water. Check out a Sea Pro, powered by Suzuki. Low rates make it the perfect time to buy. Visit kalesfamilyboating.com for more information. From the Fire Island area and Great South Bay, let's check in with Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Tim, Fire Island report. Fluke fishing is good. Had fish up to 6 pounds today, so it's actually pretty consistent fishing, and I'm finding about 1 keeper out of 7. So you catch 20 fish, you probably have 2 or 3 keepers in there. Some triggerfish showed up as well on structure around the pilings, piers, and any kind of wreckage on the bottom, the Kismet Reef, and so on. So that's also good. And plus, you get on the reef there and you put a chum pot down, you're going to catch maybe triggerfish, maybe a keeper sea bass, blowfish, and kingfish. So bottom fishing is good, and the tuna fishing is red hot out by the Bacardi. Anywhere from the Coimbra to the Bacardi on that 30 fathom curve, tuna fishing is fantastic. So it looks like a decent weekend. So get out there, catch them up, have a great time. Tim, talk to you next week.
From the Jones Beach Inlet area, we have a new correspondent, and that's Raja Hoodoo.
Hey Tim, how's it going? Reporting out of the Jones Inlet area here, and the fluke bite's been really good over the last couple of days. We had some nice fish come out of Jones Bay from the Meadowbrook all the way back to the piers, and on the inshore reefs by the Hempstead, McAllister, and the AB grounds. The bait of choice is definitely going to be spearing, followed with a squid skirt, and also bucktails and gulp have seemed to be working as well. In terms of color, you're going to want to go with chartreuse, and you're going to want to fish the last 2 hours of the outgoing, and the first 2 hours of the incoming have been better. In terms of sea bass, they're definitely moving towards deeper water. They're definitely a lot harder to get by the inshore reefs. You're going to want to go to cholera by the lobster pots, or even a little deeper if you're targeting sea bass. Same bait seems to work. If you're looking for porgies, they're few and far between. So is striped bass. You could get them by the surf, maybe chumming by the bridges, but nothing really to report in that area. Sharks are all over the place. We had a 400-pound thresher reported 2 miles south of cholera, and they are just working bunker pods as soon as you shoot out of JI all the way to the deep water. So guys, get out there, tight lines, catch them up. It's been a hot season so far. Tim, back to you.
With our offshore report, let's check in with Captain Tony Gatto.
Thanks, Tim. Here is an SST chart courtesy of Terrafin. The warm water eddy to the east has been very productive with big eyes, yellowfin, and albacore tuna. A reminder, when SST charts have no apparent breaks, look to the chlorophyll charts for potential hotspots. I was east by Atlantis and got in on some of the yellowfin action over the weekend, just before things turned snotty on Sunday. Congratulations to Dave Priola on his first yellowfin tuna. Our action was on blue and white Islander chains, spreader bars, and cedar plugs. Justin from Chatter mentioned that all white continue to be very hot. Here's a picture of reeling and dealing with a 200+ pound big eye that inhaled a 19-inch all white side tracker. The inshore bluefin tuna bite at 30 fathoms remains strong with some yellowfin tuna mixed in. If you venture just a little further to 40 fathoms, you will find more yellowfin tuna, and mahi are everywhere. Be safe and have fun. Back to you, Tim.
With more offshore action, let's check in with Captain Mike Sentry of Staten Island.
Well, guys, Captain Mike Sentry here. Robertson Bay for the Fluke. Again, hit and miss. You got to weed out through the shorts. Water is about 81 degrees. Too hot for me, too hot for Fluke, in my opinion. I don't want to waste my time fluking. I'd rather be offshore doing my thing. So, this is what's going on. Pelagics are definitely here. You got mahi, you got sharks, you got bluefin, yellowfin, big eye tunas being caught. The action is non-stop. Top water in the evening, early morning hours, usually the jig bite and the troll bite are getting the job done. First off, from Staten Island, we have Joey with this gorgeous 60-pound yellowfin tuna caught on a zucchini wide tracker. Congrats, Joey. The crew from Hardfin Offshore Tackle is at it again. These people fish more than I fish. Anyway, bunch of mahi hit the deck on their boat and a rare longfin tuna. So congrats to you folks at Hardfin Offshore Tackle. My last report is a big one. Mike Califas slammed a big home run with this upper bluefin tuna on top water. The fight usually was around 45 to an hour long. Him and his friends caught and released a bunch of over bluefin tuna. Here's some pictures. They're catching them on the pink hoagie harness jigs. Subsurface, bouncing them, making that tail wiggle, and they're getting nailed. So guys, look, get out there, get out your couches. The bay may be hot right now, but let me tell you something. Offshore waters are cleaner than ever. You got a lot of blue water inshore. Make it happen. Tight lines. Captain Mike Sentry.
Steigercraft builds boats by the same people at Fish Oil Waters. That's why serious anglers choose Steigercraft for their 40 years of boat building experience right here in the Northeast. Visit steigercraft.com for a dealer near you. Remember, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. And of course, be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine to be part of the Kayak Clash contest. Check out this video's description on YouTube for all the related links and more information. And please support our correspondents by visiting their website and social media pages. Should be another good weekend to fish, and I hope to see you all here next week at thefisherman.com.